rising signs, and I know that some of you Virgo sun signs will have a birthday later this month, so for all of you, a happy birthday. Now, when you're doing a working or any kind of divination, it's important to clear the negative energy out of the space ahead of time. It creates a vacuum into which you can pull positive energy. So what I'd like for you to do is take all of the anger, all of the hatred, all of the discomfort, fear, sickness, any of those things, wad them all up together into a tight little ball, and then release them right here into this candle flame. Right? Yeah. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 2, awesome. Great job, Virgo. Great job. Great job. Awesome job. For the readings today, I will be using the Cosmic Tarot. And then to clarify, I'm going to be using the Stranger and Stranger playing card deck. I have some crystals as well. This one is an opal. And then I have this one's malachite. I like it a lot because it looks like ice cream. And it's got this really rough side on the bottom. It's pretty cool. is very interesting between your past and your present. It's like here you were waiting for something. You're cultivating these lotuses in the mud. The Three of Wands is a card about waiting for your ships to come in, waiting for the seeds that you've sown to grow. And then here, the sky, we can see like this continuity in the landscape. And here we have you pinned to the ground by these swords. Now, the Five of Swords is sort of a victory card, but it's like a Pyrrhic victory where you have had to betray people or conquer them to get your point across and to be victorious. And here, that's crossed by this Three of Cups. So we've also gone from Three of Wands to Three of Cups. This is creating like a really compelling narrative so far. The Three of Cups is all about close friendships and not necessarily like romantic love. But it seems like maybe you were waiting for something and then you figured out that you had to make some tough choices with some close friends. I'm also seeing here this Prince of Swords. He is in the upright. Now this could be you if you have a lot of air in your chart. This could be an Aquarius, or it could be another air sign in your life. And this Prince of Swords is all about fast talking, and quick thinking to get your point across. So that catches us up to the present day for you, Virgo. Let's look at the future. And it's the Ace of Pentacles, which is an awesome card. It is the promise of a new job or a new financial boon or a new source of income, some kind of new financial energy coming in. And money is really just a way of facilitating your creativity. So let's see if the Ace of Wands comes out anywhere. I'm also going to want to see if, or I guess how, this relates to this whole situation, because these cards practically threw themselves on the ground. Some of them did throw themselves on the ground. Let's look at your place in the world right now. So it's the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. And I think this could be a couple of things. So this woman has bought this house for herself and she's doing very well for herself. She's got this key in her hand. But because this is in the reverse, this is not your current state. So this could be something that you're working towards, or it could be something you aspire to. Let's see how the world sees you. Let's look in the mirror. Alright. So it's the High Priestess, and it's in the reverse. Now, this could be if you're keeping any secrets. Those secrets could be coming out. if you're keeping any secrets, people know about that. People know what your secrets are. There aren't any things that are hidden. It could be that you're trying to hide things. Excuse me, I sneezed. It could be that you're trying to hide things, but you're really more like an open book. Let's look at your hopes and fears. It's the King of Wands in the reverse. So if you have any fire in your chart, if you have like Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries placements, look at where those are. This could also speak to you being afraid that you'll be abusive or controlling towards people. That's this energy. Or you could inversely be afraid that people are going to use those qualities against you. And finally, let's look at the goals and destiny card and the final outcome. Alright, so we have the Hierophant here, and we have the Chariot reversed here. This being in the end position like that could talk about a victory, but a victory that doesn't come in August. A victory that comes later in the year, possibly. And the Hierophant here, I think it has to do with maintaining the status quo. Oh, I wonder if that was my neighbor coming home. Doesn't matter. The Hierophant is very concerned about maintaining the status quo and also about dogma over leadership. The Hierophant is not a leader by merit of his leadership skills. He's a leader because he has been tasked with maintaining this status quo. The Chariot can also speak to a choice that you can make. At this point, we have the white horse and the black horse representing a dichotomy, a duality. And you want to make sure that your horses are traveling in the same direction so that your chariot doesn't get ripped to pieces. I want to find out more about this, the Hierophant and the Chariot reversed. I want to find out more about this Ace of Pentacles. And I want to find out more about the Prince of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. Well, really just the Prince of Swords. I want to find out more about this because I feel like it speaks a lot to this situation. And I want to find out what this money is coming in. I also want to find out about this High Priestess. Like, what is it that you think you're hiding that's really just out in the open for everyone to see? let's start up here. Oh, so I think there's a love interest involved. What kind of love interest? Well, yeah, okay. So you want to have your freedom, but you also want to have companionship. What else is going on? Yeah, so this clown, it's like Christmas time and it's snowing confetti, and this clown has made off with this bag of money and is totally in the clear. There's nobody chasing this person. They've made a clean getaway. And I somehow flipped that card back over. And we have this Nine of Clubs, which is the Life is a Bowl of Cherries card. And you can see, like, you've got all these branches full of these delicious cherries, all this bounty in your life, and the little blossoms, and the butterflies to boot. Alright, so I do see partnership. The Griffin and the lady are, they're like a good team, so they could be a romantic couple, but they also make a really good pair. So I think there's some romantic energy here. But, so this gecko is all about, like, freedom. Geckos are not, like, super strong, but they can crawl on any surface. And they're very strong for their size. And they can crawl into lots of tiny little spaces. And though they're very easy to kill or step on, there's a certain freedom to just being able to run around like a lizard eating bugs, right? So I think there's kind of, that's the choice. Like, how much of this status quo am I trying to maintain? And how much do I want to just be, like, free? Because I definitely see this. The Hierophant can also be a card about marriage. And I see, like, the gecko being, like, in opposition to the Hierophant energy, and those being, like, your two choices there. To break it down most simply. But, I mean, you're gonna be happy no matter what. Alright, this Ace of Pentacles, there's gonna be a big change. So we have the Ace of Spades, which is like the Death card, and that's right here on the Ace of Pentacles. We also have this Four of Spades, so this is a body horror kind of a card, and there's all these beetles like burrowing around inside this person's head and causing problems for them, but it could be like mental turmoil. It could be just like thoughts keeping you up at night. It could be like new ideas coming in that actually are beneficial to you as well. And then here we have the Seven of Spades, which is all of these dead leaves on the ground, and these all represent things that are falling away from you that you no longer need. So I think it's like new energies replacing the old, and that is a lot of spades. You've got it in spades. What's the deal with this Prince of Swords? So, this is like the Pagliacci clown card. It's like you're like a sad clown, and everybody's like, oh, you should go see this person play. They're hilarious because they suck. And like, so, but then there's also this Seven of Diamonds is like, it's kind of like the Star card, but it also has an implication of the natural order of things being observed and maintained, because the solfeggio scale is represented on it as well. So you could be musically inclined. We have the Three of Hearts here, which has to do with, this is more like the Three of Swords in the tarot than it is like the Three of Cups in the tarot. And I definitely feel like it's, there's like a hurt feeling here. And this Knight of Swords is maybe communicating about that hurt feelings. It could be like your friends, and you haven't realized all this time that the only reason that they went to your one-man show was because they thought it was hilariously bad or something like that. Or people have only been supporting you because they think you're comically terrible. But now there's a new energy coming in, right? All those people are going to be falling away from you. And this card is one of the end cards, and I left it in the deck because it's all about how these two guys who are renowned pioneers of cardistry, Dan and Dave, collaborated with this company, Stranger and Stranger, which is an award-winning packaging, design, and branding company, to create this deck of cards. So this card is all about collaboration and coming together to create amazing artistic things. And we have this Two of Clubs. So these guys could be new collaborators. Sometimes I read this card as like a patriarchal card where these guys are like old money and they're sitting around their country club like laughing about this sad clown that they sometimes see performing on the street corner. And sometimes I throw dimes at that guy because I like to, hit him in the face with a dime and then watch him scramble to go pick it up. So that's what's going on in this current situation. But, also remember that, this big change is coming in. Alright. What are these secrets that you think you're keeping so well? Secret number 1, I'm actually a real sweetheart. The Jack of Hearts is kind of a Lothario, kind of a player. So maybe you think you're hiding that side of yourself from people. Yeah. And then we have this offering of love to somebody that maybe you think that people don't see that you're actually compassionate and caring. And then we have the Queen of Clubs here, and this is Queen of Wands energy, where you're very gregarious, you're very outgoing and confident. So yeah, I think it's that people see you as an open book. You're very easy to read. Alright, let's see. I guess I still haven't done this part yet, Virgo, which is to throw these quartz points all over your spread and see what else they can tell me about your life. Alright, so this small quartz point here is pointing from this situation where a lot of things are changing and falling away from you to this being an open book. So, because you've remained consistent and open, I think people are starting to realize that this is just who you are, and that they can either accept you for that or they can miss out on the fun will start falling away from you. This situation is rough. This friendship situation. This stone landed rough side up. And I feel like there's something going on here where you've been waiting and waiting for something to happen. And in the meantime, you've kind of alienated some good friends, and I don't know if it's necessarily through any fault of your own, but there is this Five of Swords situation that's gonna look different for each and every one of you. But there's been this situation where you were waiting and waiting and waiting for something, and then you made some hard decisions about some things, and I think you've alienated some of your friends because of that, because all of this has fallen very like in a very specific way. Like all these cards pretty much placed themselves. And this situation is also pointing to this over here, so this might be a factor in that. Especially, it looks like things are going to end up going well for you no matter what. Maybe somebody feels like you cut and ran. I don't feel like you necessarily pulled off a heist or something, but somebody feels like you cut and ran. And then there is this kind of like wanting to be free, and this new love relationship coming in, and I think that is going to be a factor in all of this. Virgo, thank you for joining me today for your August 2020 ASMR tarot forecast. I know that some of you are going to have birthdays this month, so for those of you who do, happy birthday. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. I really appreciate your support here on my channel. I hope you have a great month, and I'll see you again